Okay. Sanjay from Gurugram is calling us. Sanjay, hi, good morning. And you want to know about Hindustan Aeronautics. What is the question?
It is HUL, Alex.
Okay, it's HUL.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Hindustan
Hindustan
Unilever and not
Unilever.
HAL. Which is why my team was wondering, they thought that it was a 4 lakh profit, and it is not. It's still a profit though. Sanjay, what would you like to know?
Yeah, I have accumulated this HUL shares for last 2-3 years, and it is almost on the sideways and downtrend. Should I continue to hold for long term?
Okay, that's a good question. So you're holding this as part of your portfolio. Would you also think about adding more if that is the recommendation, Sanjay?
Yes.
Okay. So Asta, the question is a valid one, and I think a lot of people are wondering this, right? So if you talk about the consumption space, HUL, it's languished a little bit. Would you suggest, and because I think a lot of people focused in on the valuation, so then would you say that it's a good stock to buy, considering that while it is off its long-term multiples, it's still not a stock that is growing as quickly, or company is not growing as quickly in terms of earnings as it used to. So from that perspective, yes, you should hold it in your portfolio. A lot of people say, but then maybe not add as aggressively as you were before. Is that the right approach?
Yes, even I believe that aggressively adding this counter does not make the case as of now. Now, why? Because first of all, results were not up to the mark. Some of these segments, especially hygiene segment, was not able to perform. Although we have seen home care segment, and especially on the volume front, the home care segment was able to perform. But still, margins are in pressure. Why margins are in pressure? Because input cost is still creating some sort of hurdles for the financials of this company. So I think when margins are in pressure, results are not up to the mark. So whatever valuation you see, I think that valuations always seems to be on higher side. There is no harm to wait for more fall to come in and then make entry into this counter, because these results are not so attractive that the stock can again take a strong fly and move on the northward direction. So idea here is to just wait for more fall to come in and then make entry into this counter. So accumulation is the strategy which we can adopt rather than adding at this point of a time, and accumulation can also be done at the lower levels of around 400 to 380.
So that's the view coming in on HUL. The next counter that we're talking about is Godavari Power and Aspat. Rajan Iyer has been holding this counter since May 2022. He has 1,010 shares at an average cost of 225. And this includes all split in bonus as well. He's a long-term investor and he wants to hold it for another 2 to 3 years. And he wants to know the view with respect to this counter. Astha, if you have this covered, what's the view?
First of all, I want to correct myself. For HUL, my levels were 2,400 to 2,380 because I think I just spoke 400 to 380. So might be there can be a confusion. It's 2,400 to 2,380 levels where one can accumulate the counter. So now talking about Godavari Power and Ispat, not very much, studied this counter in a detail. But right now, I think that power companies are really, not in a very sweet spot. And talking about this counter, we feel that this counter has a potential to move downside from here because valuations are again looking higher, keeping in mind the kind of financial performance these spaces are posting. So Godavari Power and Ispat is not looking strong to us at this moment of time.
Right, moving on to our next caller, Ram from Hyderabad is calling in. Ram, a very good morning to you. How can we help you?
Yeah, good morning, madam. I have purchased at high rate Tejas Network 1240.
Okay.
It has fallen down drastically. Can I average it? I'm a long-term investor.
Okay. Astha, I will straight away come to you on this particular counter. Tejas Networks is what he's holding and he's sitting on a loss of around 38 odd thousand rupees. What's your view with respect to this counter?
View is positive, mainly on the basis of the results which this company has posted. And I can say if I exclude the other income and extraordinary item, then this is a turnaround quarter for this company as compared to last year. So a positive view is coming for this counter, although viewer is making losses. But I think in the longer term, definitely this counter will again yield, positivity. So stay invested in this counter.